Servus, die Wadeln. Es sind wenige Wadeln da zurzeit. Wo sind denn die restlichen? Beim Frühstück, yeah. We're not in a hurry. We probably give them a little bit of time. We'll have an opening address. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, hopefully how was the party? Who went to the party? You were not invited. Who said that? Everybody was invited, but we had limited seats. I will have some pictures in case you missed it. Cool. All right. I'll be back in a minute or two. Get this louder. Servus, grüß euch. Awesome, thank you for being here. I know people are still coming in because they're enjoying the breakfast and probably maybe have one additional cup of coffee because some people have stayed longer out last night that I saw. I want to give you a quick kind of overview of today, just a quick welcome address, and it's really bright here in case you ever make it up here. I can hardly see anybody. Just a quick wave of hands. Who is there? Here we go. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, who is here the first day, meaning who was not here yesterday and just has a ticket for today? Anybody? Because I think we have a couple of people that only did day 2. They might still be out there. First of all, who are we? I'm Andy Grabner, and I also have Daniel with me. We are the 2 hosts. Daniel is in the first row. I think he also partied a little longer than me last night, but not too long, a little bit. He will be the host in hall number 6. That's just across the hall. That's where we have the other breakouts. I'll be here all day, so you gotta stick with my bad jokes if you decide to do the breakouts here. What do we have for you? We have new movie posters because like yesterday we wanted to make sure that you're aware. We really tried to provide a very diverse set of topics from observability all the way to AI. AI is obviously a key topic, will also be a big topic in our keynote today. So make sure to pick the topic that makes most sense for you. Couple of stats, as you can see here: organizers, volunteers, sponsors, and attendees. This was last time, and this time we have almost the same number of attendees. We have we have more volunteers, 16 volunteers. 16 volunteers. This event would not be possible with a lot of people that dedicate their personal time to make sure this event happens. We will also get them on stage later at the very end, because as I said, without this effort, this would not be as smooth as it is. I want to give you some impressions from yesterday in case you didn't pay attention, or if this is if day 2 is your first day. Who loved the presentation from Ali? Right, Ali was amazing, right? He did an amazing job. Another round of applause. Not only a great presenter, also an amazing human being. If you had a chance to meet him, he's just, yeah, I think a great role model for all of us. What else do we have? Asking questions and teaching, I think, was one of his big moments. So really make sure that you take this as an opportunity to learn. If you meet a speaker or meet somebody new, then make sure to ask questions that will allow you to learn something. And if you have some knowledge about a topic, also think about how you can communicate this learning and become a teacher. What else do we have here? Talks and conversations. Who met somebody new yesterday? This is awesome, right? This is what you're here for. You want to meet new people because all of you in here, you're trying to figure out how this technology will make your day-to-day life easier, whether it's observability, security, AI. And talking and making new connections is really important. One thing that I learned, I know I've mentioned LinkedIn yesterday. If you are connecting with people on LinkedIn, do me a favor and also send a first message saying, hey, we met at Cloud Native Days Austria, because this also gives you a connection and a mental connection later on when you go back in your history. Otherwise, you just have, okay, I have this connection, but I don't remember. It's just a great tip, just a quick message where you met. What else do we have? The future's in our hands. I think this is a great message also from Ali. My biggest takeaway from him in the end, he said, we're all unique. Stay unique. Don't become a copy of somebody else. And I think this at least resonated extremely well for me. We all have unique capabilities, unique backgrounds, and we want to stay unique and don't just become, and by copying others, become a copy of others that are out there, because then in the end I think we all lose our diversity that we value so much. What else? Party people, in case you, I think the party people here, I'm not sure if everybody's in the room, but Johannes at least, he made it, yeah? Also, party and leftovers. In case anybody recognizes this backpack was the only thing that was left over in the garderobe, wardrobe. Thank you so much. So if this looks familiar, or if you know who could be the owner, then let us know, because we have it for you. What else? Cloud Native Austria. I know we mentioned this yesterday, but again, please do us a favor and stay up to date. Stay up to date on what we're doing in Austria. We're in the different cities, in the different chapters. Make sure you connect to LinkedIn. I think I saw yesterday we had about 30 or 40 new followers on the LinkedIn group. This is great, because on the LinkedIn group, we are really posting upcoming events, the videos once they go live, the CFPs, everything will be posted there. So connect with us on LinkedIn and also check out our meetup pages. What else do we have for you? I think I mentioned it multiple times. KubeCon is coming up, both in Atlanta, but also the CFP for next year in Amsterdam. We had 7 talks presented yesterday, and this was one of my mistakes. We remember when we were voting, there was a 7th that I missed to put on. I'm really sorry for whoever I missed. But that means we have people that want to talk. You have cool talk tracks. Put them into a CFP. This is your chance. And also, if you get rejected, don't worry. Most of us get rejected the first time, the second time, but you always get feedback, and you can ask feedback, why didn't you choose my CFP? With this, you learn for the next CFP. All right? And also, feel free to contact us, because we've done a lot of CFPs and CFP reviews. You can contact us and say, Andy, is this a good title? Is this a good abstract? How can I make this better? Badges, I think by now you've figured out the badge colors. You've figured out that we all have different shirts. Check them out. I hope you found all of the different logos on the different shirts. There's a lot of different CNCF symbols hidden in these particular messages on the front of the shirt. Speakers. I know a couple of speakers are already in the room. Make sure you get here on time for the tech checkup. Best would be always in the break before the block where you're presenting, because then we have enough time to do the tech checkup, because between the sessions we have rather limited time. Talking about time, what is my time? My Fitbit is dead. No, okay, 7 minutes to go. Perfect. Code of conduct, be respectful. As I said yesterday, make sure you treat others the way you want to be treated and respected. And if you see something, say something, approach us as hosts, and then we make sure to address this situation. Questions. I mentioned it's great to ask questions, but don't make it a statement, right? We only typically have 2-3 minutes at the end of a talk to take 1 or 2 questions, and don't make this into an argument and discussion. Ask your questions. Don't make a statement that is hard to argue. If you want to go into a deep argument, find the speaker afterwards. They will be here. They will be after the talk down here, or in the break. You will find them down in the reception area. Talking about the lay of the land, I'm sure most of you are now familiar with it. Hall 4, Hall 6 are the breakout rooms, and downstairs is where we have the sponsors. Ein echter Wiener haut nichts weg, haut nichts runter. Ja? Make sure, consume those beverages, consume the waters and the sodas and also the cans, but make sure to put them back into the recycle bins. All right? Don't put them into the regular trash. Don't leave them here. We did a lot of cleanup last night, so please just help us to bring your trash out, and if it's recyclable, put it into the recycle bin. Conference Wi-Fi, very easy to remember. You also have the QR code on your badge. Free, fair use, right? Don't download and stream things, because this will impact also the demos and our media company here. So make sure that you are not wasting the bandwidth for other people. There's also a live stream, or not a live stream, a live schedule. So if you are not familiar, well, you can also scan it here, but you get all the details about the upcoming sessions. Emergency exits, in case emergency happens, they're brightly illuminated. What else do we have? Yeah, if you find something like the backpack that we found, bring it up to us, and then we'll make sure that it gets back to the proper owner. Who of you opted in for t-shirts or opted out of t-shirts? Because you could opt out. Thank you so much, because what you have done is you actually made sure that we are able to donate the money that we save on that to organizations. And there's 2 organizations that we are sponsoring with 500 euros each, Hacker School and Kota Dojo Lindt. And we have a quick thank you message from both of them. Sound.
Of Hacker School in Austria. We want to inspire kids and teenagers in school for IT, programming, and future jobs in IT. And this is only possible with you guys, with your support as inspirers and volunteers in our courses, or with the financial help that is necessary to make our daily work possible. So thank you so much for this great support, because only together we can hack the world a better place.
Awesome. A big round of applause for Hacker School. And for you, obviously, who donated. And we have another one. That's Kota Dojo Linz and Rainer Stroppeck.
Hello, I'm Rainer Stroppeck, chairman of the Coding Club Linz. We run the Kota Dojo Linz, a volunteer-based coding club for children and young people. This summer, thanks to our countless hours of amazing volunteers, we were quite active. From the Children's University and the Ars Electronica Festival to coding camps and workshops in public spaces. Hundreds of kids joined us to code, solder and experiment, and our electronics supply were almost completely emptied in the process. That's why we are especially delighted that the Cloud Native Days community is supporting us with a generous donation. This allows us to restock our materials and continue offering free electronic workshops for kids in the upcoming school year. On behalf of all our mentors, and especially on behalf of the children, I would like to say thank you so much for your wonderful support.
And thank you, Rainer, for making this happening. One more thing on the t-shirts. Thank you for opting out and for making this possible. I also know we had a couple of, maybe we didn't perfectly handle everything with the t-shirts. I know some of you didn't get the right size. We try to get better. This is also feedback that we want from you in the survey that we are sending out, right? We are all volunteers. We're trying to do our best. Sometimes mistakes happen. We'll do our best to get better. Also give us your feedback. I know the t-shirts, some of you didn't get the right size, or it was no longer available, or thank you so much for being understanding. Right, what else do we have? AWS Quest. I know not many of you have actually done the AWS Quest, but you're missing out on a chance to miss 3 certificates for CNCF certification. So if you have not played that game yet, go down to the to the AWS community booth, get instructions on how this works, collect your points, and at the end of the day, you will hopefully be one of the winners of CNCF certifications. A hard thing to say. Winners, please stay until the end. After the last keynote, we have all the winners from the sponsors that didn't hand out their prizes down there on stage, and you will collect your gifts, and we also do the raffle for the certificates. This all would also not be possible without the sponsors. As you know, these ticket prices that you have are hopefully acceptable for you and for the value that you get, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into organizing an event like this. Therefore, thanks to all of our gold sponsors for making this possible. Thank you. And we also have a lot of silver sponsors and community sponsors. Same thing, also a round of applause, and make sure if you haven't visited them, visit them, talk to them, and listen what they are doing. All right, with this, I need to now go into my lederhosen, because I have my cell phone in here, in order to announce our next speaker, our keynote speaker. And the reason why I need to do this is because I took some screenshots from a LinkedIn posting that Laura did. And so Laura Tacho, she was going to come on stage in a second. The talk of her will be why DevX, developer experience, matters in the age of AI. Now, Laura, you had a really interesting post, I think yesterday, and it started with AI, there is no average experience, and you bring up two very distinct experiences. You say, for quality, you've seen organizations where with the use of AI, failures in production have doubled. On the other side, you've seen organizations where they were cut in half. Right? So on average, we're still there where we were before AI, right? But hopefully you will tell us a little bit more about what AI can do to improve our developer experience. So with this Cloud Native community, please welcome on stage Laura Tacho, CTO at DX.